Hello everyone, my name is Saúl and today I'm going to talk to you about Byzantine art. So, before we start, what is Byzantine art? Well, Byzantine art refers to the artistic style that developed in the Byzantine Empire. And this empire was part of the Roman Empire that persisted after the fall of the western part in the 5th century. Byzantine art encompasses a wide range of artistic expressions, including architecture, mosaics, icons, manuscripts, metalworks, and more. And Byzantine art played a significant role in shaping the visual culture of the medieval world and continues to influence art and architecture to these days, particularly in regions that were once part of the Byzantine Empire. And yeah, so uh, I'm going to talk to you about a little bit about the history of Byzantine art. Well, Byzantine art started in the foundation of Constantinople in 3030 after Christ, and it ended on um, the fall of the Byzantine Empire in 1453 after Christ. So, so, and we have three periods in the Byzantine art history. The early Byzantine period that was developed in the fourth, between 4th and 7th centuries, and this early period of Byzantine art was very influenced by Roman art and Christian iconography. It also the Byzantine art is it contains many elements of Roman art, including their architectural forms. For in early Byzantine churches were typically basilicas with their timber roofs. So the second period was the Middle Byzantine period between 8th century and 12th century. In this period, the iconoclastic controversy was present. During this controversy, the use of religious images was debated, and at times they were banned. This led to a shift in artistic productions towards no figurative decorations and increased emphasis on manuscript illumination. And for the third period, we have the late Byzantine period between the 13th century and the 15th century. And in this period, there was fragmentation. Mm, a decline and fragmentation. It was because it was marked by political instability, economic decline, and external pressures from Crusades and the Ottoman Turks. So, despite the empire's decline, there was a cultural revival in this period, uh, specifically in the 14th century, known as the Palo. Paleologan Renaissance that was characterized by a renewed interest in classical learning and artistic experimentation. Some of the main characteristics of Byzantine art was that, well, it was deeply religious. And it served to purposes of the Orthodox Christian Church, and most of its artworks depicted religious figures, scenes, or themes, and emphasizing the spirituality and the divinity. So there was a flat and two-dimensional representations with little to, well, they were not attempting to create a depth realistic depth or perspective. And this was influenced by the art of ancient Greece and Rome, as well as by the artistic traditions of the Eastern Mediterranean. Here the figures and stylized and icons convincing spiritual significance rather than physical realism. So this art was also characterized by the use of gold. The gold was a prominent feature in Byzantine art, symbolizing the divine and eternal nature of the subjects depicted. The gold left was commonly used in mosaics and icons and all the illuminated manuscripts to create the sense of the brilliance and transcendence. In the iconography, we can find that Byzantine art relied heavily to a system of symbolic representation known as iconography. Each figure and element in artwork carried specific meanings and conveyed theological messages. So it was also characterized by the ornamentation. Byzantine art was highly ornate, with intricate patterns and decorative motifs and elaborate design adorning many artworks. The emphasis on ornamentation reflected reflected that the empires dwelt on the importance of art in conveying religious and political messages. And there was also an architectural splendor where Byzantine art is characterized by domes, arcs, and elaborated decorations, particularly in churches and religious buildings. The use of architectural elements such as the domes reflects the Byzantine engineering prowess and the empire's emphasis on monumental constructions. Another example is the Dome of the Rock. This is not exactly an Byzantine uh, work, but it is very influenced by it. So, what is the description of this piece of art? What piece of architecture? Well, as a stylistic context, the architectural style of the Dome of the Rock reflects the influence of Byzantine architecture, particularly in the use of domes and arcs, and the decorative motifs, the octagonal shape of the building, and the intricate mosaics that are reminiscence of the Byzantine design as we can find in this image. So it is considered one of the earliest examples of Islamic architecture and represent the perture form Byzantine and Roman architectural traditions. Um, Islamic architectural features such as horseshoe arches, geometric patterns, and calligraphy inscription are prominent in this design. The Dome of the Rock is um, is rich in symbolism, meaning because with its golden dome representing the celestial sphere and the heavens on in the Islamic cosmology. Um, in the interior, we find in the interior and the exterior of the dome, we find that it is adorned with intricate mosaic decorations featuring geometric patterns, floral motifs, and calligraphic inscriptions. So, this dome was completed in 691 uh, um, and during the Umayyad Caliphate in Jerusalem. So, the author for this architectural work, it is well, it was commissioned by the Umayyad Caliph, and it was designed by Byzantine architects, and it is attributed to the Umayyad civilization, a dynasty of Islamic um, caliphs who ruled from Damascus. It is located on Jerusalem also, and the Dome of the Rock is an architectural marvel, characterized by its large golden dome, intricate mosaics, and its octagonal shape. The structure is built primarily of stone and features Byzantine-inspired architectural elements, including those arcs, columns, and decorative muffins. And the dome is covered with gold leaf and a prominent feature in the of the Jerusalem skyline. Identification and interpretation of recognizable objects and symbols, we find that the most recognizable features of the dome of the rock is the golden dome, which symbolizes the celestial sphere and it's often associated with the heavens in Islamic art and architecture. The inscriptions and mosaics decorating the interior and exterior of the structure contain verses from the Quran as well as other religious and poetic texts conveying themes of faith, unity, and divine presence. So that was all for my presentation, and I hope you like it this period of time. I found it interesting. So, what do you think about this? What did you like, and what do you don't like it? Well, can you give me your observations on the comment section? So thank you all for stay until the end. So um, bye.